Okay, this next question comes from Alexander. Alexander says, "Hi mentors, I had a Skype call with Shawn about a month ago on what I thought would be how to approach my business as a personal trainer coming back after the coronavirus. He asked me an important question. Should you even be offering a product in a hugely saturated field where anyone can basically get it for free online? And he reminds me there is no right or wrong answer to that question. So I've been thinking about this over and over and come to the conclusion that being an entrepreneur doesn't mean doing something that involves your personal hobby or lifestyle. Now I have to start all over and I'm having such a hard time figuring out how to move on from here. As I look for opportunities, keeping up with the AO content, read books and materials on business, is there anything more you would recommend me doing on getting back to starting my own business?" His business description, that was a long question. I thought that was a description. I left the saturated market of personal training working on my 9-to-5 job as a sales manager. I must be an entrepreneur, that I know. And the thing that made me jump into personal training was the mindset of, this is what I love to do. Of course, I should do that for a living. Naive as I am, I get going, get a personal training diploma, and start my company, not considering how many people actually offer what I do for free online. Why would they pay someone like me if they can just YouTube somebody else handing out all the content? So I have to start over, figure out what's my next step in starting my own company. I realize that I can do a business I can be passionate about without it being something I'm already passionate about. Okay, that's a long one. Well, Alexander, to me, that sounds like you're just going through the normal things of what in the world is going to make me happy in life. And, unfortunately, there's no secret recipe to figuring out what business that you have to start and what's going to make you happy in your life. This is there's hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of books, podcasts, articles, TED Talks, all about on trying to find out what happiness is all about. And first I want to say, since I'm the Shawn that's in your question, I'm not necessarily asking questions like that to talk you out of being a personal trainer. You can make a lot of money as a personal trainer. There's lots of things that you can do. What I probably was stressing to you was, what am I going to get from you individually? And if you're jumping into the most shark-infested, one of the most shark-infested, saturated markets in the world, fitness online, what's going to make you unique? What is your unique selling proposition? What's your vision? Who are you trying to work with? How are you going to do it? What are you going to do? What's going to set you apart? That's what building a brand is all about. And I think that there's still opportunity for people to make a great living in that space. But if you're going to do it, we have to do something that's over and above and unique to what's already available publicly for free. No one is you, and that's your uniqueness. Is nobody is you, but what are you going to do and how are you going to do it unique that will get somebody to spend money with you when they can get it for free? So what is it? Is it the certifications? Is it the style of working out? You got some special formula that you recommend for your workouts or your nutritional recommendations? What is it that makes you unique? One of the hardest things that I've had a hard time answering as a mentor the last 5 years is when somebody says, well, Shawn, what business should I start? Because there's 50 billion types of businesses that you can start out there and make money. It does make sense to start a business in something that you are passionate about, something that you are expert in, something that you understand the customer. But ultimately, you also have to pick a business in which there's a demand for the product or service. And of course, there's great demand for fitness, but you still have to figure out what's going to make you unique. And so there's money and time and energy that has to be spent on building up that personal brand if that's the route you want to take. It sounds to me like all the things you're doing, keeping up with the AO content, reading books and materials on business, Those are all things that we do. But remember this, at the end of the day, if you want to be an entrepreneur, get started on being an entrepreneur. Start some sort of side hustle. If personal training is your side hustle, that's great. What I would do is I would start utilizing all of the tried and true principles of what building a personal brand are all about today. You're going to have to religiously put out strong, valued content. Pick a unique moniker for your name or for your brand. Specialize in something like 6-minute abs or 8-minute abs. Come up with something that gets catchy that you can start building a platform or a foundation from. Otherwise, what you might also look at doing is what other kinds of business opportunities are there out there in the world? Not necessarily franchise, that's one thing to do, but where you live, are there any type of business opportunities that you can buy a business opportunity of something that's already proven, and you can utilize the brand recognition of that company in order to build a new business? Sales is definitely one of the things that's great about it. So it's awesome that you are a sales manager. Another thing that you could try to do is Tom Black, one of the mentors here in the organization. Tom didn't make his first millions by starting his own business. Tom was a sales trainer and a great salesperson. And he was recruited by another entrepreneur to come work for him. And Tom went and worked for this entrepreneur and worked with him for quite a few years and helped him take the company from, I think, 27 million to 270 million or 230 million. And they sold the company. And I think Tom received about $12 million in part of that exit because he had built the company for the guy. He ran the sales team. He produced individually, and he helped grow that company, and he got to participate in the sale of the company. So if you might not know what company you want to start today, but you have sales skills and you can build a sales team, maybe you find an entrepreneur that is looking for a salesperson, can't quite afford that person, and you take on that effort in exchange for some sweat equity in the company. So that might be some routes. I say this because there's so many different ways to achieve the success that we're looking for in life. What I don't want you to do is fall into the trap of over-learning. Sometimes we just get out there and we start doing, and then it doesn't work out. So we try something else, and it doesn't work out. And we try something else, and we make millions of dollars, and we become happy. So I'd like to see you continue, learning how to run a business, but I'd like you to use that knowledge to actually be running a business. So I hope that helps. In the Facebook group where we have this, feel free to leave a comment, tag me if there's any more dialogue, or just go ahead and ask another question in the portal here in AO. All right. Hope that helps, man. Bye.